Reyes from Guitar Principles here. Everybody loves this song. It's got a great little guitar intro. I happen to be doing this with a student of mine who was having lots of trouble playing it. So we discovered a number of things that will make this much easier to play. And it begins with how we set up to play this first part here. Now, you will see in the music it says 3-0-0, and then you have a hammer. Now, you have 3-0-0 and a hammer, you go back to this, and then you have this. Now, this is going to be made incredibly easier if you use a little playing secret that I use all the time. For the left hand, I call it the double touch. And here it's very useful because one of the problems that my student was having, and I will always assume that if my student's having these problems, everybody trying to learn this is having these problems. There was a little problem with this part here, okay, going with 3 and 4. Now, true, you could go with stronger fingers like that, but if you're interested in being a good guitar player, you want to strengthen these up so that you can do this. So what we did to make that so much easier using the double touch was, the double touch means that I put my second finger behind my third finger. Now I do this, hammer, I hit those. Now I leave the second finger down while I bring the third finger and then place the fourth finger. Now that is very superior to picking the fingers up. In the Principles of Correct Practice for Guitar, we call this using the heavy arm, which means leaving fingers down so that the arm can be relaxed and add its weight to the effort necessary to get the notes. So I keep my entire shoulder very relaxed here. As I do this, it is so much easier. So that's the first thing. Now, if you're not good at hammers, well, that's a whole nother lesson. I suggest you check out my Hammers and Pulls course. But basically, you're hammering to that note, and you got to make the finger go straight down like that. Then you bring over 3 and 4. Now, if your 3-4 combination is weak, just do an exercise like this, where say you hold that finger down, and you just play the second and the fourth string, and then just keep going like this. Over and over. In fact, move it up the neck, because to develop that combination of fingers, you need repetition. And then after you do it on those 2 strings, do it on these 2 strings. Over and over, 20, 50 times a day. That's what you want to do. And then you do. And then actually I'd make it real hard by putting this first finger. This is what I give students to strengthen this combination, because this combination is always weak for people, okay? It's just not a strong set of fingers in the beginning. But you do that for a couple of weeks and you'll have a major improvement in your hand. And then this kind of thing will be very easy. So there's using the double touch so I can use the heavy arm. Now the next problem my student had was going up like that. It's like, she's like, how do I get that glissando? Trouble with glissando, or sliding up like that, comes because pressure is not maintained on this joint. Okay, and it takes a while to get that. If you want to get the glissando good, you do this. Practice putting all your fingers on the string. And then just go like that. Hit the note, and you want to hear that note continue like that. And then go 2 frets. And then 3 until you're doing that. See, and then now it comes out when I'm doing it. There's another big part of this though. When someone's hand is not yet fully developed, because there's all these problems that happen when you're not developed as you should be. And so I know a lot of you are going to have this problem, which is as you go up and you start to go into this, what's going to happen for you is that your third finger is going to do this with a lot of tension, and you don't want that in your hand. So you're going to practice it like this. Well, first of all, before you even slide up, put your thumb here before you even slide up and relax your arm on the string. Another big playing secret. And then you will slide up slowly. There, you won't get the slide sound when you're doing it slowly, but this is how you have to practice it. And you see that third finger? I'm not letting it do this. I'm keeping it, it's called 3 extended. And I go up. And as I'm going up too, I will have my second finger lightly touch that 5th string. So it's there. So all the elements are in place for a nice, quick, easy move up. But it takes a while to get that. If you're a user of the principles of correct practice for guitar, then you do like my student is doing, and you use the basic practice approach to learn that, which is a systematic process of working it up with a metronome. And then you'll get that that smoothie. Okay? So that's what it's going to look like. Thumb's going to go on, and then you're going to go up like this. So realize that you have to get this thing. Okay, a little tip. The beginning of the basic practice approach means that we take something like 4 clicks. Okay, so I recommend you, as your first goal, try to get it so that you can play every note, including this. Here's the move up. 3, 4. Okay, smoothly like that. If you can't do that, you have no hope of playing the thing as it's supposed to sound. Okay, now all these little tips that I've given you for learning this are have innumerable uses for all the pieces that you're going to practice. The double touch, maintaining the heavy arm, keeping the 3 extended. These are just all parts of the equipment of a good player. Okay, so good luck with that.